Hey, what's up, guys? So here I have is the Craftsman chainsaw. So I have a bar that is 18 inch. So I need to change the chain. The chain is a little dull, so we'll do a little changing. So in my description there will be a link in where to buy the chain that I will be using for my chainsaw. So they do come in pack of 5, all nice and packed up just like this. They come 5. So in my description there will be a link and where to buy. So usually this one right here, this chainsaw, it is a 16 inch 36cc, but I did change the bar to an 18 inch so I could have more cutting length. So the way you change the chainsaw, you have a little slot right here to take the tension off the chain so it could be really loose. So I will show you guys that. And also you have 2 little bolts that are 13 millimeters. And when you put the chain back on, just make sure you follow the diagram from the top, and this is the bottom. So make sure the chain is going the right way, because if you go the opposite way, it will not cut. So I'll get you a little closer. Your blades should be pretty much like this. So the little point side should be facing the other way, so the point can keep on going that way and doing your cut. So now we're going to replace the chain, show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to take out these 2 bolts. We take them off. So it's a pretty quick, simple task. Basically, you just gotta do the chain the right way. And that would be a big deal if you go the opposite way. So just make sure always the right way. Just if you forget, you can copy the chain when you're putting it on, put the new one next to it, or you can just see the diagram, and the diagram will show you exactly how to put the chain. So we'll take this cover off. It's a little dirty because I did do some cutting recently. So we'll take this cover off. So this is your bar. This is your sprocket. So this is your chain. So the chain get connected to a little slot of the bar. You can see right here the little points goes right into this slot. So I'm gonna lose tension, so just get a flathead screwdriver and make sure you got a 13 millimeter socket to make your life easier. So you have the little slot right here. You'll try to use the tension on the bar and the chain itself. Okay, so the chain, push the bracket back, the bar, get the chain off. So you get the chain right off. I gotta give this a little clean. So I'll be pretty much right back. Take the bar right off. 1 second. Okay, so I cleaned it just a little bit because I will be cutting soon, so just to make it look a little clean. So this is your bar. So in your bar you have a nice little slot right here. So that slot will put this part of the chain on. Okay, so basically your bar will get put right back into this slot. Okay, so your chain, when you're putting your chain, make sure, try and get it to, make sure your slot you're cutting is this way. So this is gonna spin and this is gonna cut. So this is basically your blade. So when you're putting it back on, just make sure that's going the right way. So now we'll get the chain back on. Again, you have that little slot. Just make sure it goes right into that slot. It will go into the sprocket. Okay, so right now the tension is off, so the chain is gonna look a little crazy right now. But once I get it all tensioned up, you will see that the chain will stretch and everything will line up. Okay, so just make sure your chain is connected to your bar and it goes into your sprocket, and make sure your blades are going towards that way. So you can see here the little point side will go forward, and then here the point side will be on the bottom side, just like this. Just make sure you follow the diagram. So now to put your tension back, you have a little tensioner right here. You turn it, and that will basically, you know, this little part right here will push the bolts and it will give it some tension to the chain. Okay, you can see there that the chain has full tension, so that's pretty good. Once we get it together, we'll give it enough tension that you need to use. Okay, so now we get the cover back on. You know, you can do the cleanup, make sure it's all clean, stuff like that. I will be cutting more, so I'm not gonna completely clean it, but I will clean it sooner or later. So we'll put the cover back on. Make sure the cover fit nice and flush. Put your bolts back on. It's a real quick steps in changing the blade. Just make sure the blade goes the right way, the chain. Make sure, big thing. I was going to try to make this video a little faster, less talking, but it's alright. So we'll tighten it up. Tighten it up. Okay. Lock it in. Okay. So test your tension. So you can see there, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's perfect. So you gotta pretty much have a little space in between so the chain can really move. You can see there it's moved pretty nice with no issue. So that's what you really want to see. You want it to make sure it moves, it's not too tight, make sure your sprocket moves as well, and you're good to go. So that's how you change the chain on a chainsaw. This is a Craftsman 16-inch 36cc, but I did extend the bar to 18-inch, so now I have an 18-inch chain. The saw itself been amazing, cut right through everything. The new chains that I did buy works amazing, no issue whatsoever, and very cheap. In the description there will be a link and where to buy the chain and the chainsaw. If I find one just like it, I will put it in the description, because tell you the truth, I give it 6 pump and it goes pretty quick. I will have to fix this part, the breaker basically, but that's gonna come sooner or later. But the chainsaw itself, very good. Blades are very good. Now, are these blades good for big jobs? Not too sure, but for the jobs I've been cutting, been perfectly fine, no issue whatsoever. Cut like butter. Awesome. You know what happened? George.
Huh? What happened?
I don't think you made a recording.
You were the one that
think it
pushed
froze.
everything.
George had the blade backwards.
Again?
Yes, sir. It froze. Oh, George had it real good. George had it backwards. Ahora cuando estaba poniendo junto en el video, look at the design, it's all backwards on the machine. You got a thing on it. Who se frisa when you're doing it?
You do it again, y más palo.
Well guys, yes, the blade cut real nice. It went through like butter. Recommend them, awesome.